let's talk about exercise being the worst thing on the planet. Oh man, you just stepped in the gym and you're like, geez Louise, why did I even come today? Why am I even about to put myself through this torture, right? So does exercise become less awful? So the question I want to ask for you is, why does it feel awful for you? Why does it feel hard? Is it because it literally is too hard? Do you feel like you're literally pushing yourself to the brink every single day when you are going into the gym? Is it because you just don't like exercise, or at least that specific exercise that you're doing on that day? Or maybe it's a little too boring for yourself, and maybe you're thinking, I just can't stay focused. I just can't stay focused. I don't like doing this. It's not fun. Maybe it's a combination of all three. And maybe there's something else. Go ahead and drop a comment below if there's another reason why exercise feels awful for you. Now, the thing that I want to bring up and make as an important point is to realize that exercise will always have some forms of sacrifice. So it's never going to probably feel like it's completely not hard or not boring. This is something that people who exercise for a long time deal with. I myself, I've exercised for a very long time. It's part of my routine. It's part of my daily habit. But I still go through days where I just don't want to. I'm not feeling it. I feel a little bored, and it kind of is what it is. So realize there's always some sacrifice. You're likely going to be sacrificing a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and just the feeling of being quote unquote uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is something that a lot of people don't want to do in their daily life. But unfortunately, if you're sacrificing not being a little uncomfortable for a few minutes every single day, and instead just sitting on the couch because it feels good, long term, that immediate feel good will lead to long term bad feel good, right? So you're basically looking at instant gratification at that point. So just realize when you're exercising, there's going to be some sacrifice, right? There's going to be some sacrifice. So let's talk about a few ways to make it less awful. There's a lot of ways you can do this, and you can probably think of some on your own. These are just some good springboard starting points. Picking exercises you actually enjoy. This is something that so many people will always come up to me and they're like, I just can't exercise. I hate it. Why do you hate it? Well, it's because I just started doing weights. Do you like doing weights? No, not really. I just heard it's the best thing to do. And I'm like, well, although I would want you to lift weights, right? If you hate an exercise, you're not going to do it long term, and you're not going to achieve and receive those long-term benefits from doing exercise. So picking exercises you enjoy is incredibly crucial for this exact reason, right? Do something you enjoy, even if it's just light walking. Because if you're able to do some light walking for literally the rest of your life because you enjoy it versus you trying a workout routine right now that you absolutely hate and you'll never see yourself doing in the long term, guess who's going to have better results? Even if the workout routine is more intense that you don't like, the person who's doing that long-term walking every single day is going to get more results. Listening to music, this is something not a lot of people know. But also too, beyond music, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to some audiobooks. I like doing podcasts. I used to do audiobooks. You could just listen to anything. I actually do this too occasionally. Sometimes I will just not have anything on and actually just listen to all the sounds of the gym, because I think it's kind of a different perspective of the gym, but that might not be for everyone. I know I'm a little weird when it comes to that sense. Having a tasty drink is a great way to make the gym less awful. So before you go to the gym, maybe you're getting a pre-workout for yourself that's got a nice fruity taste to it. So it's something you can sip on during your workout, not only giving you a little energy maybe, but it tastes good and you're going to enjoy that workout more. There's lots of sugar-free like Crystal Light packets, or I know Walmart, Hy-Vee, all the grocery stores, they have their sugar-free packets. Gatorade has sugar-free packets. There's those little squirt meals too. Little things like that where you're just taking in a drink that helps to make your workout a little bit better can go a really long way. Going with a friend is another really good tactic too. So if you're somebody who always feels bored and you can't stay focused, sometimes having a friend or a workout partner as a kind of not only adherence booster, so they're going to keep you accountable, but also somebody who you can just talk to and make the overall workout less boring, is a great way to make workouts suck less. Changing up your environment is another crucial thing that you can do and should do very frequently. So if you always go to the gym and work out and you're like, this is just not doing it for me today, I'm not feeling good, guess what? You can go outside and do a workout outside that day. You could do something at home in maybe with just some steps and just a little space in your gym. Maybe you can go do a guest membership at another gym. Switching up your overall environment and workout routine is a great way to make it less awful and less boring if you are somebody who's very consistent. Making sure you're not exercising when you're tired is another very crucial hack, because there's a lot of people who will try to force themselves to work out super early in the morning because they just want to, or they just feel like that's the best time to work out, whatever. Maybe that is the only time to work out for you, and if that's the case, something's better than nothing. But if you can work out during other times of the day where you're more energetic, by all means do that, because it's going to be much less awful for yourself. If you think about doing anything in life tired, it sucks. It sucks. And working out for a lot of people isn't the most pleasurable to begin with. So keep that in mind when you are looking at trying to adhere and get the most out of your workout routine. Being in climate controlled areas is another thing that people don't often consider. So if you are somebody who doesn't like getting sweaty and doesn't like getting hot, although some gyms are kind of set up with this way where maybe they're like in a warehouse and you can't find air conditioning, a lot of gyms nowadays are climate controlled. They have air conditioning and you can feel pretty comfortable for the most part when you're working out. There's some gyms too which actually have giant blowing fans that when you're working out you can go stand right next to it. So if you really don't like getting hot and sweaty, that's a way to make working out less awful. Trying to find a gym like that. Rewarding yourself after is something that you can also do, and I wouldn't do this every single time, but it is a good idea to maybe once in a while treat yourself to a smoothie after, or go get like a protein bar from your favorite nutrition store, or maybe you're going to treat yourself by letting yourself watch 30 minutes of Netflix. Having these little rewards, little goals, and little things that you can work towards when you're first starting out can give you some good, at least way to hopefully make exercise a little less awful at some point long term down the road. Changing your mindset is also crucial. So a lot of people will start exercising routine thinking like, oh my gosh, I got to get my workout done just because I got to do it. Got to do it, right? And sometimes if we just change the way we look at working out as helping our body or rewarding our body, can give us a little bit of mental psyching up, where instead of it's a punishment, now we're looking at it as a reward, right? This is hard to do. This is maybe more an advanced thing, but if you start looking at exercises, I'm giving myself back years. I'm giving myself back energy. I'm giving myself back strength, versus I have to take time away. I have to take energy away. Exercise is a reward for your body. This is one of the mindset shifts that you should ultimately be trying to make. And then keeping your goal in mind. A lot of people will start working out for a specific reason, whether it's weight loss, getting a little bit faster, getting a little bit stronger, and then guess what happens? They get off track, they look at somebody on Instagram and think, I want that. I want to get a really cool looking body really, really quickly. And what happens is they get demotivated, they don't stick to their goals, they don't remind themselves why they started, and it can lead to a lot of failure. It can lead to a lot of issues long-term down the road for adherence. So just keep those things in mind when you're trying to make exercise a little less awful for yourself, and like the video, because hopefully now you look at exercise in a slightly different light.